caption for ya. But we have a lot to talk about, so we do want to make like a 10-minute video. We're just about to go live and say, hey, how y'all? It's your girl, Roni D.
It's A to the ticket, whatever.
And so we haven't did a Life Don't Chaser or a live coming together video in a long time, first of all, because moving and everything like that from Virginia to Florida, it just took more than what we thought to kind of get reacclimated, right? Which we are still in process of finishing up. So give us to the end of the year for us to be like back and everything on track. Bars. So
What's happening?
But we wanted to have a little quickly conversation about some things. And so we are right now on our way to a conference in Pensacola. It is a mental health and faith conference, which I absolutely love that, because I believe wholeheartedly that faith and mental health are so mixed together. They go together. You know what I'm saying? Like peanut butter and jelly. Hello? They go together like apples and jacks, huh? They go together like peanut and brittle.
And can I step in for 1 second? Because one of the things we don't understand, I can't really lean in and look at the road. I gotta pay attention to the road. But it's a thought war. 2 Corinthians 10:3-6. It talks about the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but more mighty now through God. You get to verse 5, it says, casting down imaginations and every thought that exalted itself above knowledge of God, and realizing that there is a portion of this that's a thought war. So mental health, which is dealing with a big component, is your thought. We can no longer separate the two if we understand scripture. So I just want to throw that in there for all those people who want to be over spiritual. Yes, there's a spiritual component of it, but you also have to take and cast down every imagination and thought. Look up the word. It ain't my word, it's God's word. So continue, doctor.
That just made me think. I'm gonna slide this, make sure that this video catches itself on our KBIM YouTube live as well. But thank y'all for tuning in. And as you coming in, make sure you like and subscribe. So I wanted to have a conversation about something that came up. So a little maybe earlier this week, I did a video. Hello, welcome to the live. Make sure you like and subscribe. So earlier I made a video link about dating 101 with Roni D, right? Because I had a emerging adult age YN generation talking to me about their dating experience, and I compared them to being Jodeci when they need to be more like Boys to Men with a little new addition potential. Hello, my friend.
That's a different analogy, but okay.
Because I mean, you don't want to date. Back in the day, dating a Jodeci was cool. You know what I'm saying? Hey y'all, hey, welcome to the live. Make sure you like and subscribe. But dating a Jodeci was cute, but Jodeci wasn't the you wanted to bring home to mama. All right, you wanted to bring home a Boys to Men.
They were the army thugs.
You wanted to bring home a potential new addition. You may even want to say it might have been okay to bring home a Jagged Edge, because Jagged Edge had a little rough, but they still could, you know, make nice with mama. But that was for the emerging adults. I had a conversation the other day with an older client who was also dealing with the struggles of dating, and I had to think about it to the context of, guess what? When we were younger, and this analogy, I want y'all to follow me. When we were younger, hey, Abby Pooh, how you doing? Good morning. Can you help monitor my comments for me to make sure everyone's doing what they need to do, liking and subscribing as they come in the room? Love y'all. So when you were younger, you had that little container, that the square went in the square, the circle went in the circle, the triangle went to the triangle, right? You couldn't try to make something fit where it didn't belong, right? Because it won't go through. And so I was using this analogy when I was talking with my client. I was like, the problem with women, now some men do this, but women definitely, and I'm sorry, I gotta be honest with us, right? Women try to make men fit into a mold that they were never made to fit. You set a standard, and you have, now how do I make you a moderator? Hold on, y'all, making her a moderator. Yep.
Manager moderator, so she can do the thing, not a standard moderator. You want to make her managing moderator, so she can do the comments and all of that.
I don't need to do it. All right, thanks, Pooh. So women do this often, and y'all comment, because we're gonna have a good conversation about this today. I want y'all to comment and give me y'all feedback and y'all thoughts on this, and my husband is also gonna chime in as well. So women have this thing where we want the men to fit into a particular mold that they don't fit, but we want to make them fit. We want to make them be the one, and so we mold them, or we give them a chance, or we take the potential. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with dating somebody who got potential, but you want to make sure that they are living in their potential. You can't have potential for them and they actually ain't trying to do nothing with it. You see what I'm saying? You can't want more for them than they want for themselves. All right, you can't be like, oh, I see this on you, I see this on you, and they're like, yeah, because I want to do that one day, and this is what I want to do, and I want to be able to do that. Listen, if you don't put a deadline on that goal, it ain't nothing but a dream.
That's Avery Herring 101. Go ahead. Boom, 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 boom. All right, go ahead.
When you put a deadline on that goal, it's an action item. When you put a deadline on that goal, you're actually working towards something. When you put a deadline on that goal, I can get behind you. When you put a deadline on that goal, I can even help. I can sow into your goal. I ain't got no problem as a woman supporting my man through words of affirmation, and or sometimes if I have to sow into his vision, if he put a deadline on that goal and he's actually putting some work in it. But I have a huge problem, ladies, when we be out here doing different things for these men and rooting for them and then putting money over here and sowing into this and sowing into that, and they ain't moving nothing on the needle. They ain't really out here trying to get it how they live. They ain't really out here trying to do nothing. They just all talk, and they want you to support their talk. And they want you to support their ideas, and they keep saying, just hold me down, hold me down, hold me down. Listen, I want to hold you up. I don't want to hold you down.
Okay.
I'm trying to lift you up to something because I got goals. I got things I'm trying to do. And if I keep rooting for you, but you ain't doing nothing, you're pulling me down. You're not lifting me up, and I'm not lifting you up. And so I'm trying to encourage you, ladies, to think about when you're dating a man, what is he actually bringing to the table? Is he actually showing you potential that he's actually chasing down? Or is he still living off of a dream that he told his mama and them, and now he's trying to get you to buy it? Because mama and them stopped buying it. They stopped giving to him. They stopped, I can't keep doing this for you. Listen, you got to make some, but then now you the new sponsor.
Oh, wow.
You become the new sponsor, taking care of them and helping them get to that next part. A man's gonna know what he's trying to do, because I'm not talking to emerging adults on this one. I'm talking to 30-year-olds and up, 35-year-olds and up.
Oh, wow.
Okay, he is supposed.
In their full set of manhood, is that what you're saying?
And you know what I'm saying? Like you're 35.
Okay. So
at this place, you got your own spot. You got a job. Some of y'all got kids. Why are we, first of all, still trying to figure out what we're doing?
And you can't be no 40-year-old inspiring rapper. I'm sorry. Anyway, go ahead.
And so it's like, okay, sometimes life resets itself and you have to recalibrate, and I get that. I'm not talking to that kind of a man. The man I'm talking to is a man that's going to play in your face. And y'all know what men those are. Some of y'all thinking about your ex right now. He's going to play in your face. He's somebody who ain't really aspiring to be nobody. He's just aspiring to talk a good game and see how long he can run that game on you. All right. He's somebody who's not really challenged to do more. He's somebody who ain't even been guided in that way his whole life. So you got to be careful of who's talking to this man, because whoever got his ear got his year. Now that's an apostle, and that can preach on many levels, because whoever's in his ear talking to him
got his year.
Got his year.
Oh wow, you gotta break that down.
Whoever is talking to this man is who's going to direct his plan.
Oh wow.
I got bars all this morning. It's just coming out.
Demo tape coming soon. Go ahead.
It's just coming out. Whoever this man is talking to is the one who has the most influence over him. So if he has a good man, he's a good man, Savannah, good man. Talking to him, teaching him the way, giving him guidance, leading him in this, telling him when he's wrong, telling him when he's right, he's most likely to be developed into somebody that is actually worth your esteem. Like, he's worth it. But if he got foolishness talking in his ear, if he come from a lineage of gamers, he come from a lineage of pimps and players, he come from a lineage of divorce, because all his family know is how to love him and leave him, that's not somebody that's set up to do right by you. Now, Epi says he's going to run your pockets dry while the sweet talking. Yes, he will.
Oh, wow.
He's trying to get all them coins from you, and he ain't deposit nothing in the bank, but he keep making withdrawals. Making withdrawals out of the actual financial bank and making withdrawals out of your love and your care and your compassion and your support. You don't want to be bled dry by a relationship. That's not how that works. Welcome y'all. Make sure you like, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. And so when you think about dating, ladies, I'm only talking to my ladies. Men, you can pick up some nuggets from here though. You can, you really can. You have to look at, am I wanting more for this person than they are? Am I fighting more for their dream than they are? Am I putting a deadline on their dream and they still haven't got to the goal yet? Like, let's make it real. Don't play in your own face, because there's only so much you can blame them for. Some of this stuff you got to be accountable for. You got to ask yourself, how long he been trying to sell me this dream? How long he been standing still? How long he been talking this good talk? How long before I actually see something? How long will it take? You can tell by the way the person move, the way they think, the way do different things, if they really serious about something. You can know if they're really serious about you. They keep saying, oh, you the one, I want to be with you, oh, this, that, and the third, but then they ain't doing nothing. They ain't making no plans with you. They ain't having no serious conversation with you. They ain't checking in on your emotions. They don't know nothing about your love language. You know nothing about their love language. You don't know about their family. There's no merging, crossing over. They ain't serious about you. They're not trying to get with you for real. They're not really trying to figure out what you up to. So don't play in your own face. Like, it's time. We can't be 35 and 40 dating like we're 20. Grow up in your date life. Expectations. I'm talking to you real, because at this time we ain't got time to keep playing with ourselves and then trying to blame somebody else for the situation that we find ourselves in. Was you peeping game? Because if you was really peeping game, you wouldn't have really got, you would have figured something out along the way. And it's okay to talk to your friends about it, because you need somebody else that's from the outside looking in, helping you understand, baby girl, this ain't what it is. This ain't really the move. Now, she said, Epi said, 2 blind people walking into walls. Exactly. None of y'all got direction. No one got your ear, so ain't nobody giving you influence and good guidance. Like, you just out here wandering around. Don't be wandering. Value your own time, that you're going to make somebody value your time with what they bring to the table and what they're offering. Put some weight on your time. Put some value on your time. Nobody gets your time for the free. Nobody gets your time for the free. And stop giving away your time for the free. Stop giving away your advice for the free. Invest in whenever you give advice, guidance, your time, your energy, you are sowing into someone's life. Every time you do that, you're sowing into their life. Was it valuable? Was it worthy? Was it good?
Okay.
I want y'all to start thinking about that when you think about your relationships. We ain't just sticking and moving just for the sake of having fun. Not 35s and higher. No, you shouldn't. Nor should you let somebody take advantage of you in that way. Baby, is there anything you want to say about that before?
Nah, I'm gonna wait to chime in. I got some nuggets, but I'm gonna wait to chime in.
So, don't take your time. No, don't take your time. If it comes to you, speak it. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead. I don't want to speak. I gotta let it mature. I gotta let it mature.
So it's just like, and I was just thinking about that, because in talking with this particular person, this relationship had gone on for 4 years.
Okay.
And they hit their 4th year, and I'm just like, but they told you in year 1 what it was. They told you in month 1 what it was, but you didn't want to believe it. You didn't want to buy into it. You thought that, maybe they can, and they do this one good thing, and you just assume the other 10 things that you actually need would eventually come around. And then now we're 3 years in, and now they got 2 good things still out of the 10. When are you going to say, you know what? No, I need you to show me. This is something that I want y'all to understand. A man that findeth a wife,
okay,
finds a good thing. Wife, not a man that findeth a woman, findeth wife. A man that findeth a wife.
Okay.
And now let's think about that. Wouldn't that wife also find a husband? She's not looking for the husband, but when she's dating, he will present himself as a husband from the beginning, just like you present yourself as a wife from the beginning. The problem is, when you date a man, you assuming that man is a husband. No, some men are just men, and some men are husbands. Just like when you're dating a woman, she ain't a wife, Some women are women and some women are wives. When you're a woman dating a husband, the husband is not getting the wife that he needs. And when you're a wife dating a man, you're not getting the husband that you need. But you don't know until you've dated them for a while to figure out, okay, are you presenting yourself as a man that just want to date, just want to have fun, that just want to do the things, or are you trying to actually show me something? You actually trying to be something to me. All right?
Okay.
Let me tell you how to figure it out, how to make the difference.
And then I'm
baby,
going to
you can
chime in.
if
Now
you
I'm going
want
to chime in. Yes, now I'm going to chime in.
So, I'm a wife. I knew that. So, matter of fact, let me help you real quick, ladies. You can pray to have God make me to a wife. I did, because I could tell there were certain things about me that wasn't wifely. And when I say wifely, I'm talking about loving, compassion, caring. I ain't just talking about cleaning and cooking, because that doesn't make you a wife. That just make you a homemaker. Hello, somebody, because you can buy a maid, you can get a cook. All right. And so a wife is somebody that knows how to nurture her household, nurture her man, lead and guide, support, encourage, love on, take care of. It's a whole different kind of zone to a wife. She got to know how to speak to that. Like, it's a whole nother kind of thing. So I used to pray. I didn't pray for a man. I said, God, make me a wife that my husband needs. Show me how to be a wife, Lord. Then I said, tell me how to pray for my husband while I'm single, so that I'm already praying over my husband.
So you said it's preparation time.
Yeah, so when he comes to me, I've already prayed over you, not just for you, I've already prayed over you. And the one thing the Lord gave me when I said that to him, he said, your husband is going to need unconditional forgiveness. And I was like, yo, that means I'm going to have to forgive him and he's going to keep doing stuff wrong? I said, okay, let me back up, Lord. I'm sorry. Doesn't mean he's going to be always doing wrong. What you're saying is he's going to need you to always be able to be humble and apologize and let them know when you know that you're wrong, and to forgive them for their indiscretions or things that they've done wrong. Not that they cheated or anything like that, but maybe they just missed the mark a bit.
Okay.
Hey y'all, welcome to the live. Make sure you say hey, and like and love and subscribe. And comment. Don't forget, I need y'all to comment. And so I'm gonna put a pin on what I just said so I can read one of the comments. Effie said, a lot of people aren't poured into or taught while they are young, so now you're making all the wrong choices and decisions, and that is facts. And it's no slight, it's just that when you know better, you're gonna do better. So why not try to help us out now?
Big Jacksonville is. We've been driving
Let's
for
help
half
us
hour,
out now.
and we still in Jacksonville. Anyway, go ahead.
Okay, we're gonna have to pull up on Jacksonville for the one time though, y'all, just to see how it is out here. But anyhow.
And shout out to Jacksonville Hip Hop Fish and Chicken. If you're in Jacksonville, you gotta check it out. Anyway, go ahead.
So, as I'm a woman, that's the first thing I do. I ask God to show me how to be a wife. That's if you're aspiring to be one, and you should, because you want to be played with your whole life anyway. Show me how to be a wife, and then show me what I need to pray for my husband so that I can be ready for him. Because a man that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. I want to be found as a wife. So then you'll treat me accordingly. Y'all, this thing is so serious. If a man is feeling like when he met you, you have wife potentials, he gonna treat you with that kind of expectation from the beginning. You're gonna get that wife treatment from beginning. You get what I'm saying? Hold on, that's what I'm saying.
Okay.
He ain't gonna your face. He ain't gonna act like you ain't really value. He's gonna value you from day one. He's gonna pour into you from day one. He's gonna love on you from day one. And why is he doing that? Because he was a husband when he met you. He wasn't just a man when he met you. Because a man that meets you and all he is a man, oh, let's just see what it's gonna be. We ain't gotta put a title on it. We ain't really gotta name this thing. Oh, we just hanging out. We just having a good time. Oh, I just wanna do. He ain't really trying to commit to nothing. He ain't trying to have the hard conversations. He ain't really trying to let you know who he is, what he about. He ain't really showing you understanding and being compassionate and trying to understand where you're coming from. He's not really developed in that sense if he's just a man. Mm-hmm. But a man that wants to be a husband, maybe not to you, but to somebody, he wants more. He shows up differently from the beginning of that relationship because he realizes his time is not to be wasted. His time is valuable. Okay, his time is worthy of you paying attention and really pouring into him. Because men, you have emotions, you have cares, you have feelings. You need to be nurtured. You need to be loved on. You need to be tended to and cared for. You know what I'm saying? And so you should have a woman who's doing these things. So a man that's not just a man, but sees his value and his worth as a husband, he's going to show up as such. And then he's going to treat that woman as such. And he'll be able to tell the difference between a wife and a woman by how she moves. Now, women, when you're dating somebody, the difference between a woman and a wife, like I said before, is nurturing, is loving, is kind. She pours in, she does the things. But another woman, she just want to get flown out. She just wants you to, you know what I'm saying, get to the bag. She just want to be gram, you know what I'm saying, gram quality. She just always want to tag and post and make sure that everybody knows what she got. No. Let me tell you something. Everybody don't need to know your relationship business, your relationship status, and what you got going on in your relationship. I commend some of the women who don't even post their man on their page because they want to keep certain things private. Not that you're doing something, a sneaky link. No, you just want to keep certain things private. If you ever look at the celebrities, you will notice the people who last the longest are the ones whose relationships is private. Everybody don't know about it. Because if everybody knew about it, they feel like they have an opinion on it. And so whoever, you know what I'm saying, so you got to protect it. So a wife, she ain't going to tell all your business. She ain't going to tell everything that's going on in your relationship. But a woman, she out here broadcasting left and right. Okay? Comparing left and right. So that's the difference between dating a man and a husband and dating a wife and a woman. Baby, you got anything you want to say about that?
Yeah, I wanted to inject in before we get too far off that one point. The way you would know whether a key ingredient, whether you know whether you're dating a man or a husband, is men are intentional, and a husband that knows what he wants, it doesn't take him a while to figure out what he wants. If you're constantly getting, hey, let's see where this goes, hey, I just want to try this out or whatever, you're not, and I got this thing that I made a post, and we actually started a book, the 4 type of men that single women meet. I'm just going to deal with 3. I'm going to deal with the 3rd one, which is a pookie. And pookie comes in different shapes and forms. But a pookie never wants to mature or to graduate to husband status. It usually takes a life occurring event or something, because men typically do not change unless there's a requirement to change. So ladies, put that in your bag for later. But if a man, you're going to know that you're dealing with a husband because he's going to make his intentions known early and often in the onset. Now, ladies, let me give you, I'm going to give you the spiritual aspects of it. It says, he that findeth a wife to find the good things. And I have some single friends, and some of them were of the opposite sex. And they were like, well, when I find this man, you know, or a man to submit to, then maybe I'll do this and I'll do that. God does not work that way. If you're waiting to display their attributes, once you find said man, you'll never find him. It's a principle in the Bible. Even when Jesus chose his 12 disciples, they all were working. They were all doing something. So what am I saying is, you already got to be praying, as you know, Roni said, and then ask you to become that before it comes that. Because God's not going to give it to you. It shows up, and then you say, okay, once I get this, then I'll be that woman. No, you'll mismanage it. If you get it by some ill-gotten means, you'll lose the very thing for. You'll lose that man. And for fellas, that woman, you got to make sure. It's funny, and I'm not going to put my business out there too much street, but I got to help the people. I was dealing with this individual, a toxic individual, and I was a person flying this person out. You understand what I'm saying? And I got hurt behind it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to focus. When that situation ended, God told me that I was going to heal, and I was going to heal quickly. When I decided that I was just going to work on me and work on becoming a husband, then Roni showed up. I didn't pray for her. I didn't pray for finding a wife. I met her by chance. It's a beautiful love story. I'll tell it one time later. But what it is, the point I'm trying to drive home is, you got to strive to be that person before what you're asking for to show up. And she showed up quickly within 30 days of me making that prayer, that request. And so it don't take a man a long time to find out what he wants when he's a husband, and it sure don't take God a long time to give you what you're asking for. If it's something that's goodly and godly, because no good thing what he withhold from you, and it hasn't shown up yet. It's just that you're not ready. You're still in that preparation stage. But that's all I have to say. That's what I said, and that's all I have to say about it. Because we don't want to make this too long of a video.
Right. And so Epi said, a lot of us settle just to say they have a shell of a man or a boy, and that is true. That is true. That is demeaning your own value when you're willing to accept whatever you can get. That means you don't think you're valued enough to get what you want and to be quality to somebody. Mm-hmm. You know, I always tell people your self-esteem attracts. So if you think less of yourself, you're going to get that in return. And if you think highly of yourself, that's when you're going to get a lot of people knocking down your door and all of a sudden paying you attention because you actually started carrying yourself with value and worth. People, you can go to the store and buy something off the clearance rack and wear it like it was $2,500. And where you get that from, girl? Oh, that look good. Oh man. And you know you got it for $3, $3 holler. But you can get that same thing that was actually $100, go and wear it, but you wear it and it look all dingy, dirty, and scruff McGruff. Ain't nobody asking where you get that from. It's not attracting nobody because you're taking something that has value, that's been valued by other people, and you're not carrying it with that same value. You dirtied it up, you made it worthless and all the things. But you can take the same thing that somebody else didn't see value in, add value to it, and now it's attracted everybody as if it was worth more than the thing that everybody else priced, such as you, such as people. If people put a price on you and they say you ain't valuable, you ain't worthy, you ain't this, then the third, but then you take that value and you pour into yourself, you develop yourself, you ask God to help you see you the way he sees you, and you let him work on you, and you start pouring in, loving on yourself, and then you present yourself back out to the world. Everybody wants you. Mm-hmm. Everybody own you. Everybody want to be around. Everybody all of a sudden got something they just want to sit up under you, just want to be next to you because you took the value and put it back in yourself. You put the worth back in yourself. It's today's prices. Yesterday's prices is not today's prices. You said there's more to me than what you thought. Mm-hmm. But if you take that same thing and let other people value you, let other people price you, let other people say what your worth is, you don't even know how to sustain yourself because it's based on somebody else's value of you. And then that will only take you so far. Once they no longer value you, then what you got? You on the shelf. You put on the clearance because I no longer see the value in you, so I'm going to discard you. That's why you cannot allow yourself to be validated by people because they are the ones putting the value on you, so they can discard you anytime and make you feel worthless and make you feel like you're not worth it. We all have the innate feeling to belong, to be needed and cared for by somebody, but that does not mean that they validate you. You validate yourself and you can price check who's worth your purchase. No, you ain't giving me the right energy. Nope, that vibe ain't vibing. Nope, this ain't right. You can say no to these people who are trying to acquire you. It's okay. Loving on yourself is not a bad thing. Loving on yourself is necessary because when you love yourself, then you can properly love others. The word also says, man, your wife as you love yourself. So if you hate yourself, you're going to mistreat her. So that the Lord even said, that is right there. He's telling you, love yourself. Take care of yourself. Know how to pour and give to yourself. Know how to take care of yourself mentally, emotionally, and physically and spiritually, because that's the only way you're going to know how to properly take care of her. Because when you do that, you realize she's an extension of you. And so if you mismanage you, you're going to mismanage her. So take care of you so you can take care of her. And then low key and high key, if you do right by her, she gonna do right by you. It goes both ways. You know what I'm saying? Y'all both have to be concerned about the other person in order for this thing to work, which is why from the beginning of dating, you have to start making better choices. Because if this is going to blossom into that husband-wife situation, if you're not valuing each other from the beginning, you're not going to value each other at the end. Whatever you're doing right now, you're going to keep on doing. It ain't going to be worth the trade. It ain't going to be worth the trade-off. Ain't no sense in putting this on my finger if ain't nothing changed for the better.
Oh, wow.
Ain't no, might as well keep that piece of change, huh? Might as well keep that.
I'll take a sip on that.
If it ain't, if this don't level me up, you can keep it. Because what is it? What is the decoration on my hand at this point? It's just decoration. It's just cute. That's all it is. So
a little diamond.
A little diamond.
All right, so good. Sorry.
But it ain't actually upheld by nothing. It ain't actually upheld by nothing. It's not about how big the rock is.
It's how big the stock is. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It's not because I see people all the time. Well, I got a big rock. Got a big rock. I got a big rock. How's the marriage going? How y'all doing? Are y'all happy? Y'all good? Y'all friends? Can y'all hang out with each other without not wanting to be around each other? Do I always see y'all separate? Do y'all come together? Are y'all actually enjoyable to be in each other's face? Do y'all actually protect each other from other people's influence and trying to come against them? Or are you just all about the showy, this is what we doing, this is what we doing, this is what we doing? That rock don't mean nothing then, because it didn't come with a particular expectation. It didn't come with value. It didn't come with worth. It didn't come with a level up. You could have bought that for yourself. With that being said, so that's all I got to say about that. I just want y'all to make wise choices when you're dating. I want y'all to see it before you act like you never saw it. They let you know in the beginning what their intentions are, what they're about, and what they want to do. You try to overlook it because you try to hope for something. No, they're gonna show you right off the bat. And if you like me, ask God to show you, give me discernment over this person. Show me whatever they're trying to hide, and make it be plain to me who they are and if they need to be in my life. And when He shows you, don't act like you don't see it, because you ain't that hard up. Don't put yourself out there like that. Ebby said, do you feel marriage is just a piece of paper? I've heard people say you don't have to be married. It's just a piece of paper. We can love each other without it.
That's false. All right, because the thing about it is people, when you marriage, number one, is honorable in God's sight. But number two, there's a coming together. And then number three, the biggest thing is covenant. Anything outside of that, there's no covenant, there's no gelling. So we could have the outside thing of doing all the activities of it, but you're not coming together. There's no synchronous. That's why divorce is so hard and so traumatizing, because you have literally took two separate things and have melded it to become one. And then when that thing separated or dissolved, there's a tearing of it. Anything under that, you have the activities, but I could walk away when I want to, and there's no tearing, there's no heart, there's no two becoming one. So that's the biggest misnomer on that. And there's a certain level of blessings to a man that says he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing and obtaineth favor. Dr. Roni is my favor. There's a certain level of favor that I've obtained when we made it a covenant. I become her covering. There's a certain level of covering that she gets when she becomes my wife. We could do the activity, but once I became her husband, that entitled her to the prophet, priest, protector, and provider. The prophet meaning I have a vision to be able to see ahead and to be able to see further than she does. The protector meaning there's a certain covering that I do. The provider, and then the priestlyhood to make sure that she's built up spiritually. None of those four things you get if you just say, okay, well, we're together, but we ain't married. You don't get none of those things. It's almost like, you know, you go to the gym, but you don't get the benefits of having a Black Card membership if you're in a Planet Fitness. You can go and work out, and that's all you're doing when you're single without actually married. You can go and work out. But the Black Card at Planet Fitness entitles me to the personal trainer. It entitles me to go into those special massage chairs. All of those things. Otherwise, you're just going in the gym. That's all I got to say about that.
So hopefully that answered your question and anybody else.
What did she say?
She said gems are being dropped. I better pick them up, because I agree with that. There's nothing else I can add to that. It's a covenant. It's benefits to this. Some people get married for the benefits. For the benefits. So if you think marriage is a sheet of paper, you're missing the whole point. If you saying marriage is just a sheet of paper, you ain't a husband.
You ain't a wife.
If you say marriage is just a sheet of paper, you ain't a wife. You a man and a woman trying to make the world be okay with your
civil union.
And you want all the benefits of a marriage without actually going into covenant. You don't get to get the benefits of married life without coming into actual covenant. There's a whole lot that comes with that, a whole lot of protection and looking out for each other. Well, I can do that without this, I can do that without that. Then do that with somebody who want their time wasted like that, but you won't have to commit to me. You don't get to get the benefits without a commitment. Now, one job that you get that you are able to get the benefits of working that job without having to say you're committed to that job. I said, yes, I'm an employee. I show up every day. And you think you're finna get 401k, health insurance, and everything that come with that, and you ain't saying yes to that particular job?
You ain't accepted a job offer? No.
You haven't accepted a job, or you haven't accepted that job. You're not doing it. You ain't. And then on top of that, the first 90 days of probation. If you're given the job 90 days of probation to make sure everything is everything before, you know what I'm saying, you make a pivot left or right, value your own stuff that same kind of way. Don't just like, I'm gonna give you everything. Make somebody commit to you. Make them commit to you before they get to you. Because whether you believe it or not, y'all coming together in the spirit. Y'all becoming one. Literally, you're becoming one. Ask the tax people. When it's time for you to file your taxes, and when it's time for you to get that child support collected, they looking at y'all as one now. So both of y'all owe this money. Both of y'all got to make payments on it. Or both of y'all finna get y'all credit messed up because y'all no longer two, you're one. If the government can see that and they like, bet, run me my money, y'all need to see that. Two of them became one over and out. Massimo said, yes, I agree. Hey, Mass, how you doing? So if anybody have any other questions, any other thoughts before we pull out of here, we love y'all. Appreciate y'all holding on to us.
We got 4 more hours of driving.
4 more hours to drive. We might be back with another live the last hour. We don't know. May have something else we want to say. Something else we want to talk about. Y'all know we do our best when we driving and going away because we want y'all to, you know, experience the outside world with us, where we going, show y'all the little area. We're gonna show y'all what Pensacola is about, what that's like.
This is my first time in the Panhandle. I've never been to the Panhandle.
Mine too. So this is gonna be a good experience for us. Good time will be had. We're coming for a conference, but we still expect a good time to be had and some connections to be made, some networking for sure. You gotta think about that. If you think like another plug, are you what's the mission for you and your couple? What's the expectation?
Couple goals, right?
What are your goals? What is your goals? Debbie said, good day to you both. Unless you want to keep this rolling, I can pick y'all brain. You can come up with some more questions because everybody can catch the replay and see what the live was and ask some questions. But what are your goals for your relationships? You should have couple goals. Because you should want to thrive as a couple, not just as an individual. What do you want to do as a couple? I thrive within my company, you know, as a therapist, as a counselor, as a speaker. There are things that I want to do and I'm accomplishing. My husband wants to thrive as a word of God speaker. He wants to thrive
soon to become best-selling author.
A mentor. There's certain things personally he want to thrive as, but as a couple, we want to be a power couple because we've been empowered by Holy Spirit to go forth in the assignment that God has given us. And so what does that mean? We don't just want everything that God has for us. We're asking God for some things too. And so we want to be seen as that dynamic force who knows how to, first of all, manage conflict resolution and show themselves as a healthy unit so people can glean from us as well and find guidance and wisdom and model behavior on how to have a whole, healthy, and wholesome marriage. We want to be speakers that come together and can speak on topics fluently and eloquently so that we can help somebody grow and develop better in their life. We want to be co-authors. Where we come together and write a book. We got a couple books actually in the making for that. There's 3. One that is a fun, creative way of viewing generational curses. So that's a fictional book that's going to still hopefully take your mind there. Then we have one that is nonfiction that about breaking generational curses. So as we listen and we don't judge, The Family Heals. That's a real book that's coming out based off of the conference that we just had. We got so many people coming up saying, y'all got a book, that it inspired us to say, okay, well, we need to write the book on it.
Exactly.
So we're going there. And then third, the one my husband was just telling you about, and that was relationships. You know what I'm saying? Are you dating Pookie? And that may be the name of it. Are you dating Pookie? And then we have, we'll probably start that off with our love story, and then go and break off into the 4 dating types. So the 4 dating men, the 4 types of men you will date, and the 4 types of women that you will date, and what that looks like. And then towards the end of it, it may just be like how to make the best choice. You know what I'm saying? How to make the right choice for the best relationship. And so that's a book. So those are 3 books. That's something we want as a couple. We want to be couple entrepreneurs, not individual entrepreneurs. We want the couple to have its own source of income that generates speaking engagements and generates book selling and generates a livelihood too as a couple. This is marital asset, basically. Right? Don't be afraid of marital asset, because being married, like I said, has its benefits. It allows me to get different credit things and tax write-offs and different income boosts, because our incomes together will cause me to be able to afford. Our credit together will allow me to come into different things. You know, it's just, it's 2 is better than the 1. 2 is better than the 1. So if we have any questions, if not, we're going to let y'all lovely people go on this Friday. I know some of y'all at work, we're off because, again, we're on our way to the conference. And so we're going to be present. And this is also a little getaway for us. Y'all normally see the traveling hearings. This is what we've been called, the traveling hearings. And we're normally out here. It's either the traveling hearings or the hilarious hearings. And so we have our own little thing now that we, call ourselves, because we like to travel, we like to laugh, and we love to serve God's people. So we laugh, we travel, and we serve. So we'll be doing all that, because right now serving by sewing this message is live. We also traveling, and we definitely gonna kiki have a laugh or 2. So Epi said, why should we choose our circle wisely?
You want to tackle that, or okay?
I've been talking, so I'm gonna go ahead and let you have a speak.
You show me your circle, I'll show you your destiny, and I'll show you your outcome. You show me your circle, I'll show you your destiny, and I'll show you your outcome. It's that old additive: if you hang out with 9 broke friends, you're bound to become the 10th one.
Ooh.
You cannot keep investing. All relationships, here's how I break it down. All relationships, whether it's marriage, whether it's friendship, whether it's business, whatever, it's mutual beneficial. It's mutually beneficial. Anything less than that, somebody's getting taken advantage of. And so if you are in a circle that's not mutual beneficial, you're not getting anything from that circle. If you're the smartest person in your circle, you're in the wrong circle, because you're always the one giving and giving and giving. That's stress, that's strain. There are some people who are in my circle that I am intentional that I am not the smartest dude in my circle, because who do I go through when I get knowledge? Perfect example, and I haven't even known him as long as my wife known him. They're really my wife's friend, this power couple we're talking about, but he and I became couple, and come to find out, he's one of the VPs in Amazon?
Yeah.
What is Joe? Yeah, he's one of the VPs at Amazon, but he's a person I consider in my circle, but who's smarter than me. Every time I talk to dude, I learn something, even if it's in casual conversation. Even in casual conversation. And I almost blurted this. Well, I hope you don't mind blurting out. I said, you know what? I love talking to Joe. You understand what I'm saying? Because Joe is one of the few people that I talk to that I actually learn from. My pastors in my circle that I follow in Virginia, he tells me something, even though I'm wise, that I don't know. Dr. Edwards, who just sent me something, who sent us something actually, an email we got to look at. These are people that are in my circle, but that are further, that can build me up, so that they give me your circle gives you a different perspective and an outcome that you wouldn't have otherwise. So you definitely need to choose your circle wisely. Just as the wrong circle drains from you, it pulls you back and it'll set you back. I know that's a long-winded answer, but what? You should put another question in.
Yeah, that was a good answer. The next question was, what's wrong with me having single friends even though I'm married? They were my friends before I was married.
Okay, let me answer that. Let me definitely answer that. It's twofold. It's not necessarily wrong to have single friends when you're married if they respect the boundaries. And watch this, if you respect your boundaries, because you got to understand, single people
Going to do single things.
Going to do single things. And so I personally don't believe if you're married that we should be going out doing girls trips or guys trips without your significant other. Now some may not, some may disagree with that, and that's fine. That's my perspective. It's because a single person is going to be single-minded. Whereas a married person or a couples trip, we're going to have couples goal, and they have to respect the boundaries. A lot of times when people feel like, and this ain't even just with single people, this is even with family members, because sometimes, because I'm lumping them together, sometimes we got family be like, I know that's your husband, I know that's your wife, but I've been with you all your life. But your married person is the highest covenant on earth besides you and God. That means the kids don't come before your significant other. That means mama and daddy don't. Your husband or your wife gets first dibs in that. Anything that violates that law of priority, your significant other has a legitimate right to be jealous. Now, when Apostle said that, I was like, whoa, he said that in Portsmouth. And so there's nothing wrong with that if you set healthy boundaries. There must be a healthy boundaries in place. You got to be able to, they got to be able to respect your relationship, not be throwing shade, because I found out something yesterday that was shade. I'll tell you about that later off camera. And then you have to respect your boundaries and be like, you know what? I know that I got this going on. I know I got this going on, but yo, my husband needs this or my wife needs that, and they come first. So as men, and I'm speaking to the men right now, can't put your kids before your wife. You cannot put your kids before your wife. I'm speaking to the women right now. Mama don't come before your husband. It's got to be a respectful boundary, and your single friends have got to respect that. Hey, I can't turn up and kiki and kick it with you. We can still be friends, even though I'm married and you're not. But you gotta respect my boundaries.
And I'm gonna speak on that for a little bit, because my best friend, when she and I met, they had been married probably 12 years, 13 years at that time, and I was single, good and single, having a good time being single, aspiring to be more than, you know what I'm saying, and single, but still single nonetheless, and had whole family and kids and everything. But I respected and valued marriage. And so me and her, listen, we was always together, always kicking it, always kicking, to the fact where it was like sometimes I was invited, like the three of us going to hang out. Now I didn't go all the time because I'm like, this third wheel situation, but that wasn't, he never had an issue with that, because he started me as his sister, and so like, no, we're ready to come on, like, you know what I'm saying, this is something we all can do, there's no problem with that. But I respected their marriage. I never asked her to go do single things with me. When we were out, just she and I protected her marriage with her. You know what I'm saying? I didn't compromise her, made her feel like she had to choose between one or the other. I respected it. I even respected it so that I realized her date nights. So I never asked her to go out with me on a date night. You know what I'm saying? She had family days. I'm gonna let you and your family and your kids go when you have family days. I know what days I couldn't hang out with her, and I didn't feel slated in the least, because I had to value that. You have to be careful with your friend circle, whether they was friends before you met or friends after you. Okay, so there's two different kind of friends. Friends after you met have to realize I'm married, so treat and respect my marriage and my relationship. Now, the friends that you were friends with that was single and you got married and they happy for you legitly, and not for fake, but legitimately happy for you, you have to make sure and maybe have a conversation if it's not clear that there's a new boundary. There's a new expectation, something they have to respect, because they won't respect it if you don't. And you got to level up your relationships, your single relationships, your friendships to match where you are with your marriage. If you value that friendship more than you do your marriage, that friendship will have more say in your marriage.
Have a voice
and
in
they
your
never
marriage.
should have a voice in your marriage. They should give you like love on you, man, calm down, it's okay, y'all can work this out. They should be encourager and then be able to hold you accountable when you're wrong. But they should not be like, girl, you should leave him, girl, this, that, and the third. Girl, this, that, and the third. They're, you know what I'm saying? Because again, they're thinking single-minded and they don't mind you rejoining the single life. They don't mind you rejoining the single life because they out there single. But let them get married and you starting to go through the divorce. Girl, they're going to protect their marriage with all Fort Knox. You ain't going to be able to enter into their junk. And so you got to treat them the same way. Why is that important? Because you're teaching them how to be married too. If you're my best friend or if you're a friend of mine and you're single, you should be watching my marriage and learn how to be married by watching me. And I did. I had two friends that I was close to. We call ourselves the Fosse Posse. And that's Margot and my friend Courtney. Both of them was married for a good minute when we met. For a good minute. And I learned a lot from their marriage. I learned how to be my man's best friend. Because they're both especially Margot and Derek. I love their friendship. I learned friendship in marriage from Margot and Derek. That's who taught me that. That's who taught me that. And then I learned how to even get through resolve conflict and not have everybody in your business through Margot and Derek. I learned how to be a young couple raising young kids through Courtney and Omar because they had young kids. Their kids weren't older. They were like toddlers. Matter of fact, me and her met. She had one child, but in the years she had two more. So I watched her be him be a boss, her be a boss, have young kids, and still have a good unit. You're supposed to learn as a single woman, as a single man, from your friend's marriage. Not try to destroy it, not try to come in between it, not be jealous of it, not any of those things.
And sometimes it's intentional or non-intentional. As a man that has been married before, this is my second marriage. Remember how I started out by saying that not only do your friends have to respect your boundaries, you have to respect your boundaries. I didn't respect some boundaries, and I think I could speak openly in my first marriage because there's certain things that I wouldn't have done. My single friends, ain't none of them say, yo, bruh, go home. Yo, bruh, do this. But as long as I was down to kick it, they were down to kick it. And not realizing that by neither one of them, my friends or myself, respecting the boundaries, I'm speaking in my first marriage, we both help and contribute in destroying my union. I could speak about it, now that I'm on the other side. So these are lessons learned. That one of the things that I said, that if I ever get married again, which thank God I am married again, that will be a lesson that I learned. If he liked it, he should have put a ring on it, and he put her ring on it, her ring. But anyway, but yeah, go ahead. I know that was a long-winded. We got some more questions.
Yes, and we're probably gonna take one more question so we can bring this to a close. Epi said, is it wrong to do things to make your spouse or other half, girlfriend, boyfriend, happy, even though you don't enjoy doing them? And you better do it. You better get into it. Because that's a selfish relationship if you can only do what you want to do. If I don't have to love it or like it to do because you love it. Listen, you see this? Y'all get a good picture.
Okay.
You see that?
Cowboys.
You see that? You see that?
Yeah, we see that.
I'm not a cowboy. I'm not a cowgirl. I'm a chief. Huh? I'm a chief with a build tendency, okay? With a build tendency. And so I will sit there and watch the Cowboy. I will go to a Cowboys game with my man and thoroughly enjoy it because he enjoys it. He lights up. He's happy. I'm like, babe, you missing your game, man. Tonight? I'm bad. I don't want to watch it. Okay, I'll turn to it. I'm telling you missing your game. He ain't a chief. Babe, your game on. Let's watch it.
Sure did. Watch the Chiefs and the Giants game.
You're supposed to, that's how you support your man. Doing things that you may not love, buying the tickets to it even. Because sometimes
because she bought me the tickets to the Jacksonville Cowboys game 3 years ago. And
the rest of the females that I was friends with, we did it as a man. The husbands go and do is sharing that, right? So ain't nothing wrong with sharing is something that your spouse enjoys because that's showing that you love them and you're selfless to where it ain't about you.
I don't always like Elsbeth.
Yes, you do. Because remind her that what she said, what happened? Oh,
I like a good storyline, but go ahead.
Talbot, you your
Reasonable.
but so yes, it's a self